Sorry, that's... Fuck. Hello and welcome to the Go Grab That Day podcast. Today we're talking about fights, of course. Small matter of the Overeem versus Volkov card to get into. So we'll jump straight in, no time to waste, no more fucking around. Things are going to change around here. Anyway, straight into the preliminary card. I start off by saying hope you're all well, hope you're all keeping good. Don't be afraid to say hi on any of the pages, and please keep liking, sharing, subscribing, all of that shit. And also, what you've seen me share on the page, we have a little affiliation with a company called Mystique Jerseys. They're pretty good. They, especially for a gift, they do some really nice football jerseys, rugby jerseys, and they also do, for those of you from Ireland, the GAA jerseys. But for me, who's a football fan, they do some really cool stuff. And the way it works is you place your order. You don't know what jersey you're going to get, but obviously if you're like me, a Liverpool fan, you wouldn't be caught dead in a Manchester United jersey or an Everton jersey. And so you can put that in on their website to say what jersey you definitely don't want, or if it's maybe a particular league, you can say that too. And then you can get, basically a mystery jersey from anywhere else in the world, but the quality is unbelievable. They have some really nice classic jerseys as well, so definitely check them out. The link is on the Instagram page, to go grab that day Instagram page, and use the promo code go grab that day, all caps, to get 10% off as well any of your purchases. So go check them out, they are really good, and especially for gifts and stuff like that, or gift to yourself, which I intend to do. But yeah, go check that out as well. Right, so let's get into some fights, some violence, some blood, guts, people dying. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe. Somebody almost died. No, not really. Okay, I'm going to shut up. So UFC fight night, Overeem versus Volkov, went down a few days ago. Well, yesterday, really, if you're here in New Zealand. So I'm going to go through it quite quickly because not the greatest card ever. In other words, fuck the prelims, so straight into the main card. Mike Rodriguez, Danilo Marquez. So first fight I'm going to start with was Carlos Diego Ferreira versus Beneil Dariush. Really, really good fight. Really exciting fight. Beneil Dariush lately seems to be in... You can't do anything without fucking winning a bonus for his fights. Super exciting. Really back and forth. Both guys rocking each other throughout the fight. Dariush just seemed to be a little step ahead throughout the whole fight. Hence why he won the decision, I suppose. But I thought he was really good. But just a slight edge throughout the entire fight. Ferreira was really good, giving him everything he had as well. Some of their scrambles on the ground, things like that, really, really had a massive pace to the fight. They just never slowed down through the whole fight. They never slowed down, kept going. Dariush, in an already fucking stacked division, the lightweight division, Dariush and Ferreira are both now guys making statements as well, especially Dariush. He's just been in the game a long time too, so he's going to be a problem for anybody. The only issue for him is such a stacked division to try and climb the ranks. Really exciting fight. I believe they won fight of the night too, if I'm not wrong. But pretty sure they won fight of the night. So that was a really good fight. Dariush, just super exciting. All of his fights were so exciting, and all in the name of Jesus. I believe he's a big JC fan. On the next fight, which was the veterans fighting, Michael the Menace Johnson versus Clay the Carpenter Guida. Again, another quite exciting fight. Clay Guida has been fighting for a million years, just putting on another really good performance. This was a close fight. Was pretty close. I kind of wasn't too sure who it was going to go to. I did hope it was going to go to Guida because he is again around a long time. Another guy cannot help but put on exciting fights, and the pace that Clay Guida pushes in fights is insane. Not the most technical of strikers, but he mixes up the game really well. and he was catching Michael Johnson with overhand rights, so many times, and the heavy shots. Johnson took them well, and then Johnson was returning with like his super fast, patented, 1-2s. His speed was definitely above Guida, but it's just, I think, in my opinion, Clay Guida probably won the fight in the third round, taking Johnson down and just keeping him basically in the position he wanted him. But yeah, really, really exciting fight again in typical Clay Guida fashion. So I was happy to see him get the win. Then of course he called out, looking for some new young faces. He was saying he's sick of fighting veterans. So it's good to see Clay Guida hanging around. He's still able to do it, to be fair. And I hope the UFC do give him, let him be the gatekeeper maybe for a while in that division. Quickly moving on again. This one kind of broke my heart a little bit, but I'm sure most people know what I'm talking about. Frankie Edgar losing to Corey Sandhagen by KO 30 seconds into round 1 of their co-main event fight. Credit to Corey Sandhagen, great knockout, but it was one of those ones I posted on the Go Grab That Day Facebook page. I think it's one of those knockouts where it's almost hard to celebrate it or kind of get excited, because it was just a nasty one. Jumping knee, he caught Frankie Edgar clean on the chin, who, as most fans will know, he's not an easy guy to knock out. Edgar is known for his resilience and his chin and his fucking cardio, everything. But jeez, you just can't. God, my brain just went dead. You can't just walk through a shot like that, is what I was trying to say. And yeah, it was scary because Edgar's body just stiffened the second he was hit, and it wasn't nice to see. And even you see it, credit to Corey Sandhagen, he showed a lot of respect to Frankie Edgar after the fight, and saying that he didn't really want to see that happen, but he rather Frankie than him, he was quoted saying. Which he's right, it's nice to show respect, but he is at the end of the day only doing his job. And Edgar would have done the same to him if he got the chance, but hopefully there's no serious damage done to Frankie Edgar, and whether he'll come back, I don't know. He's one of those guys now. Unfortunately, I think he's coming towards the end of his career, and maybe, I don't want to say he should retire, because he hasn't really taken, he's not a guy who's gotten knocked out a lot. He's taken a lot of shots in fights, gone through some wars, but doesn't necessarily seem to be chinny, but yeah, hopefully he was okay and there's not too much damage done after the fight. But credit to Corey Sandhagen, he's somewhat sent a message to that division. He's still thereabouts, probably on the cusp of an eventual title shot, but still maybe a fight or two away from that. But we'll see. He's still thereabouts anyway. So moving on, again running through it quite quickly. Moving on to the heavyweight main event. Not the fight I thought it was going to be. So Alistair Overeem versus Alexander Volkov. I kind of picked Overeem in this fight. I thought his experience and stuff like that would come into play. Not that Volkov is inexperienced, but Overeem has just done it everywhere for such a long time. So Volkov looked really good, and it's the one thing I noticed from the start of this fight was how fucking big Alexander Volkov is. Obviously he's a heavyweight, makes sense, but I mean, Alistair Overeem is such a big guy even for a heavyweight, and he looks small. Like Volkov, I think he's 6'6", which is fucking huge. It's an unbelievable reach to have in any division, and he used it very well. He was sticking out the jab. I did see Overeem just didn't look to be in the fight much, but he did say that one of the early shots broke his nose, and after that he was just 2 steps behind kind of from the whole fight after, and it looked that way, to be honest. Volkov just looked really good, just stiffing out his long jab and using his reach pretty well. I think Volkov's going to cause a problem for people in that division. He's been kind of there for a few years now, and in that heavyweight division, you're only ever really 2-3 wins away from a title shot. And Volkov is up there. It's just whether he can beat the top boys, we'll have to see. But he's going to cause a problem. He is. That reach in particular is going to be a big problem for a lot of people. He's just very clean striker, very disciplined in the way he fights. It's it's good to see. He is going to cause a problem for a lot of people. In terms of Overeem, yeah, I'm not too sure where he goes next. I know he had kind of hinted that he wanted one more run at the title, and this was it. This was his part of his run, and he's lost his fight, so I don't know. But he didn't mention retirement after the fight yesterday, so I don't know. Yeah, just obviously after the broken nose, he just wasn't in it. So it's a shame, because I wanted to see Overeem get maybe another crack or go on another bit of a run towards the title. He's just been around doing it such a long time, and he's got such a brain for the game, the way he keeps learning, and over the years has taken a lot of damage too, but just doesn't show it. So, maybe he could look at hanging up the boots as well, or hanging up the gloves, should I say. Watching too much football. But yeah, it's obviously the top is what's next for Volkov. I'm not sure about Overeem. Maybe one more like exciting fight to end what's been an amazing career for him. But I don't think there's a title run left in him. Guy's taken a lot of damage down through the years. Again, I'm not going to do a lot of this ranting and giving out about guys who should hang it up, because they're taking a lot of damage. Overeem has gotten very smart in the last few years, where you see he keeps a really tight high guard when guys are attacking him, but the heavyweight division, even on your guard, you can still get knocked out cold. So it's just, guy with kids and stuff like that, maybe look at hanging them up. But we'll see. Obviously, it's his decision, so best of luck to him. But yeah, Volkov is a man that heavyweight division are going to be looking at. So we shall see. I think Ngannou tweeted out something about you're in the deep waters now, something along those lines. He said to Volkov. So it's exciting to see that. That'll be an exciting fight, actually, Volkov versus Ngannou. But I don't know whether the UFC are ever going to give Ngannou a fight again. They're fucking leaving him sitting on the sidelines for quite a long time. But anyway, that's that fight card. We kind of broke that down super quick for once. So it'll probably be somewhat of a short podcast today. But we're going to move on to next week's fights, which is UFC 258, which is going to be quite exciting. A great fight in the main event, but I'll run from top to bottom. So on the prelims, go with the early prelims. From top to bottom, the card is pretty good. It's not like overly amazing, but it's pretty good. Like on the early prelims, you have Gillian Robertson versus Miranda Maverick. That's going to be an exciting fight. Go and check out one of the earlier podcasts. I spoke about Miranda Maverick. Very exciting striker, loves to throw. I like to see, loves to throw nice elbows, and she's a pretty exciting striker. That's a tough fight for her though against Gillian Robertson. And then running down, you have Ricky Simon versus Brian Boom Kelleher. That's an exciting fight too. And that's the early prelims. And then you have on the prelims Polyana Viana versus Mallory Martin. Bilal Muhammad versus Diego Lima. That'll be quite a good one. Anthony Hernandez versus Adolfo Vieira. And you got Jim Miller versus Bobby Green. I like that one. That's quite an exciting fight. Running into the main card. Yes, we have Julia Marquez versus Maki Patolo. You got Pedro Munoz versus Jimmy Rivera. That is a fun fight. And you've also got Kelvin Gastelum versus Ian Heinisch. Very exciting. Macy Barber versus Alexa Grasso. Which is not bad either. And then of course the main event, which I am super excited about. You got Gilbert Burns versus Kamaru Usman. The ex-teammates, and friends now fighting each other. I suppose what's cool about this is there isn't a whole lot of shit talk. These two guys are still kind of, there's respect between them. And I think this fight was made once before, maybe twice, and it didn't happen. I think it was once, but I'm not sure whether it was. I believe actually Gilbert Burns or someone got COVID, and that's why that fight was postponed or put off. But yeah, this is exciting. It's going to be a good fight. Looking forward to seeing Usman get back in there. But Gilbert Burns could. I don't want to make a prediction because every time I make them, it doesn't work out. But in my opinion, Usman is too much of a problem for Gilbert Burns. But I would not be shocked if Gilbert Burns upsets it. That'll be a good fight. Usman is just a beast. Like, even after that Colby Covington fight, that went 5 rounds and he managed to finish him in the 5th. He's a dog, an absolute dog. But I'm happy for Gilbert Burns to get the title shot. I think he's deserved it. So we'll see. That'll be an exciting one to break down. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot of MMA news other than some of the things I posted on the page. Like, everyone knows about the Stephen A. Smith bullshit, where he's talking about women in the UFC and how they shouldn't fight. So I had a nice rant on the Instagram about that. Go and check it out. And one thing I did want to say I was happy to see was James Vick retiring. I was glad to see it. I think he's taken a lot of damage in the last few years. And this is, again, I know I'm always going on about guys needing to retire and stuff like that, but I'm happy to see it. I think it's smart, and hopefully James Vick will find something else to do. I'm sure he's had plenty of experience to be able to train guys and things like that. So it was good to see. But other than that, not a whole lot of news. That's pretty much all of my breakdowns. Quite a short one today, but so that's it, guys. Tune in we'll have another podcast up in the next few days. Tune in. Make sure you give the page a like and a subscribe. More importantly, a subscribe. I want to try and get those numbers up as much as I can. And definitely check out Mystic Jerseys, and don't forget to use the promo code. Go grab that day, all caps, 10% off, and you won't regret it. So stay safe, save lives, wear a mask, wear underpants. Fuck off. Take care. Bye bye.